time.
Toga, 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 toga,
Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. This is going to be a preview show for this weekend's big stakes races at Saratoga Raceway, Saratoga Springs, the Vanderbilt, and the Jim Dandy. And basically, this is just going to be a little preview show. We've probably seen these horses a lot of times, but I wanted to do a preview on the 9 probables in the 2 races just to give you guys a reboot on what these horses have been doing and have done. So anyway, I think I'll have another video coming out for the Monmouth Oaks. That's a pretty good sized field shaping up there. I wanted to wait till the field got finalized before I put anything out. So that'll be up next, probably tomorrow. So all I ask is just please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know where you're at this weekend on some of these horses, and let's go. Okay, the Vanderbilt handicap is a 6 furlong sprint on the dirt. And we're going to start with probably the favorite, the one to beat, Elite Power, trained by one Bill Mott. And this son of Curlin has not lost a race in over a year, pretty much. I think it was early June of last year, 7 straight races or something of that. The latest was the Grade 2 True North Stakes at Belmont that we're looking at right now, sitting right off the leader, just stalking the whole way, and then hitting to the turn, swings 3-4 wide, takes over the race down the stretch to win. And that was first out, I believe, after a 3-month holiday, 3.5-month break. So that was a pretty strong run by Elite Power there. So he should be at his best, which is not good news for the rest of the horses. Now, next up, we got Gunite, is trained by Steve Asmussen, son of Gun Runner, one of my favorites. I think will be the main competition. The Aristides is the stakes race that he won. Quick look at that one. Shows him taking more of a stalking style, and was eventually able to corral the leader Bango down the stretch in that one. And also going back to last fall in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, I wanted to look at that one just for back in the day's sake, because he ran closer to the lead in that one. And it was a pretty strong effort. We know who came out of that was Cody's Wish, the winner. And of course, a stud horse like Cyberknife, who had won the Haskell that previous year. So both of those were really good. And he was right there with them both. So he's cut back to more of a sprinter role than the BC Mile. So I think that should do well for him. And Cody's Wish, we all know what he's turned into being. So next up, Dean Delivers is trained by Michael Yates, son of Cajun Breeze. And I believe Dean's Delivers is Cajun Breeze's leading progeny. So the sire has not really produced that many major winners, but this one is a good one. He most recently won the Grade 3 Smile Sprint, jumps right out to the lead and doesn't look back in this one. And pretty much all his success has been at Gulfstream, like where the Smile Sprint was. So we'll have to see how he likes it up north at the Spa. Gunite should be a factor nonetheless. So anyway, next up is Gunit, trained by Linda Rice. This son of Tappet just won an optional claiming allowance race at Belmont Park. Excuse me there. 80K, N2X race though, which is stronger. The more non-winners of 2, the N2X is a stronger allowance. So, but not what he's probably going to face here. Stakes record doesn't really look all that good to me. Gunit will be fighting an uphill battle. Now, the next one, Synthesis, is trained by David Jacobson, the son of First Samurai, ran dead DFL, I should say, 6th in that True North Stakes that Elite Power won. But it wasn't all that bad. He settled inside early, and he had to check up at the opening quarter where he lost position and in a sprint race like that, there's no recovery trying to come back and beat Elite Power. So not his best effort. Maybe this one will be better. Could maybe just have a shot to get in some exotics or who knows. But anyway, those are the 5 probables that I had listed, possible probables. So we'll probably hopefully have more than that, but they're not out yet. Once we get past performances, I will, however, do a betting strategy video for these 2 races. So Jim Dandy, mile and an eighth on the dirt. This one is going to be back on those Derby Trail type horses. Disarm is first one I wanted to mention. The Steve Asmussen trained, son of a gun runner, ran a respectable 4th in the Kentucky Derby. Then came, if you remember back the Lexington Stakes, he needed a 3rd place finish to get into the Derby. Did just that. So he got in the Derby, ran the respectable 4th. Then came back for the Grade 3 Matt Win Stakes, which was one of my finer moments where I picked him to beat Verifying down the stretch, and who Verifying actually went on to win his next effort. So not too bad. He'll need to jump forward again to be in the same class as the top here. But the next 3 horses we discuss all ran in the Belmont. Hit Show is Brad Cox trained, son of Candy Ride, 4th in the Belmont. And he ran actually quite a good race, I think, in this one. He was right up front pretty much the whole way. And into that final turn, he was nudged, pinched, whatever you want to call it, inside a couple of times by Angel of Empire, because on the outside of Angel of Empire was Tappet Trice, his big butt. So they were all trying to vie for position, and Angel of Empire ended up getting the nod on the positioning there. But Hit Show came back and was able to get the dead heat with Angel of Empire at the finish. And we all know Tappet Trice came in 3rd there. So anyway, Angel of Empire would be next, and we just talked a little bit about that. And he was able to get that inside position on Hit Show. So he got the 4th place in that race. And then Tappet Trice was to his outside, so he was kind of being more pushed to the inside as well. So he did get open down the stretch and rallied some, but was not a factor as Tappet Trice passed him up at the wire for the 3rd place. So they both got the check, but, weren't really in the race as far as winning it. I did come away impressed with Angel of Empire and how he closed in the Kentucky Derby, obviously, but he was too late there. And then he closed in that Arkansas Derby, which was the best effort that I've seen from him. Big move down the stretch to take that race. So I think he's still in the mix. I don't know what to think of the Arkansas Derby winner, but he is there, and we'll see what the odds dictate. Forte is the Todd Pletcher trained son of Violence, and should be the class of this field, honestly. The big news out of the barn is for Todd Pletcher trained Forte is they're going to add blinkers. And Forte, I think that might make some sense because he kind of National Treasure added blinkers and just for more focus, because Forte seems to be kicking in late. So maybe they want to get him engaged a little sooner, but I'm not really sure. But you can see him in the same race. He's behind all these horses, and he just kind of lets them all file in front of him before he makes his move, and he gets outside. And then I think he gets a little bit too far outside. But, he run a solid second to Arcangelo coming off the layoff due to that unfortunate Derby scratch. So Irad was, like I said, content to keep him inside most of the way with the pace, and then lets everybody drift ahead of him so he could work his horse to the outside, and took the long way around, but was a good stretch run. Had to drift a little bit more when Tappet Trice drifted, but hard to argue that horse will be the morning line favorite, and probably my favorite too off the jump. Okay, that's going to do it for the video preview for the Jim Dandy and the Vanderbilt Saratoga this weekend. Looking forward to it. Set the notification bells for that Monmouth Oaks, and also, by the way, I'll have the 2 Del Mar races as well, the Bing Crosby and the San Diego Handicap coming up soon. So stay tuned, and until then, See ya. Thanks for watching.